Hi, I'm James. Welcome to Slaying Sober, where we tell stories of addiction, recovery, and hope. Wherever you are on your sober journey, know that you do not stand alone. If this story lands for you, it would mean the world for me if you could follow Slaying Sober, hit subscribe, or share this episode on your social media or with someone who needs it. I am at Slaying Sober Pod on Instagram. That simple act helps these stories reach more people who think that they're alone. Thank you. Today, I'm bringing you a mini episode where we revisit a favourite episode from the past. Today, we're going back to December last year with Season 3, Episode 8, Faye. Some of the highlights of our discussion, which are included today, are what happens in the first 100 days of going alcohol-free, and we talk about something that crippled me for a long time, Hangxiety. Please enjoy this short conversation. It's a great one to take a bite into Slaying Sober and perhaps to share with your mates.
Do you know what? When I look back at my sobriety journey, podcasts were like the number one thing that really, really helped me along the journey. I'd always take myself on a walk and just put in all these podcasts. And yeah, I just think it's absolutely incredible what you do, James.
Thank you. And you can plug in any time and take what you want from it away and leave what you don't get.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, because not everything works for everyone. I didn't realize at the start that alcohol-free drinks aren't for everybody. That was like a massive surprise. But now it completely makes sense. Like it can be triggering for some people, but then for other people, it can be the best thing in the world.
So tell me what Valentine's Day 2023 means for you, given that we're talking about love and self-love.
Wow, that's actually just giving me goosebumps again. So, yeah, that day was the day that I decided I'm going to take a 6-month break from alcohol. So I was sat on a plane from Dubai to Sydney. I just spent a week in Dubai celebrating one of my cousin's wedding. So it was a huge celebration. There was just no self-love, and it's just crazy that it was on Valentine's that I decided to take a 6-month break, and it was just been the biggest act of self-love that I could have ever given myself.
A big self hug for
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I've heard you talk about the first 100 days of sobriety. Why is 100 days important?
Because I was going to say anyone can do 30 days alcohol-free, but I never did that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
30 days isn't a good experiment because in 30 days, not everything can happen. I feel like it's really important for people to experience a night out, work drinks, a little bit of stress. What else? Just trying to navigate sobriety. I just feel like in 30 days, you don't get the full picture. Whereas 100 days, you do end up doing all the things that you would do whilst you were drinking. And 100 days actually allows your body to reset, and then you will start to see the benefit. You'll start sleeping a lot better. You'll start the collagen as well. Your collagen basically resets. Like that's a massive one for the girls. Glowing skin.
Yeah.
Your motivation comes back. You reset your dopamine. You end up going on a lot more walks. You're learning a lot more. Your immune system's a lot better. Gut health. Like there's so many things that you can benefit from when you do 100 days. And yeah, just for me doing 100 days, getting towards 100 days was just like life changing. Like that's when everyone used to say to me, wow, you are glowing. You are absolutely glowing. Because I think that 30 days as well. And I imagine this because obviously I've not done 30 days before going alcohol free, but I can just imagine doing a 30 days where you are just counting the days off and ticking them off. And then you just want to drink at the end. Whereas 100 days, obviously it's a lot longer. You get to experience sobriety. And at the end, like obviously there's choice. If you want to go back drinking, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. So I've got clients, and I've got some clients who have gone back to drinking, but they're really mindful of drinking. They hardly drink now. Whereas where I've got other girls who are nearly a year sober, There's girls who are 7 months sober, and I've got a girl who's 9 months sober as now, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah. I tend to think I do some work with those early in rehab as well. And you talk about the glow up journey. I think that there's physical changes, you can see in the eyes and the face and the skin, early and to about, 30 days, I find they are definitely looking more well. But
Mm,
then at that sort of 90, 100 days, which is what you base your program around, I see the emotional sobriety start to come through. And, I work in a 12-step program. So goal is abstinence. We are never picking up drugs and alcohol again. But it did take me a while. Like, I reckon it was probably 6 months. And that was when I then surrendered. I took ownership that I had a drinking problem early, but
mm,
it was at 6 months that I surrendered that I can never pick up a drink again, for me, because if I pick up one, yes, my family might not see me till Sunday. There's a good chance they're gonna fucking change the locks and I'm not gonna be allowed back in, and then
mm,
I'm completely untethered and I'm back into deep addiction and I'm hopeless and I've lost everything. So
mm.
that's sort of the curve of how it works for me.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. And I think most people who do come to me do want to stop drinking forever. So that is most of
Mm,
the girls. But what I struggled with is, can I sell a program that says stop drinking ever again? Because then I was thinking the way I approached sobriety was just giving myself an experiment, because then it did take the pressure off.
yeah,
But
of
3 months
course.
into it, I was like, I am never drinking again. Why on earth
Yeah.
will I drink? Why will I put that poison in my body? Like, I have created this gorgeous life. Like, my life has had a glow up in every area. Like, why am I
Mm,
going to drink this drink that just ruins every part of my life? So yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy. But yeah, I'd say most girls do come to me, don't want to drink ever again. My friendships in sobriety just got so much better. But yeah, it was just weird. I think when I was drinking loads, I needed to be around people. And when it was that period, I don't think I was aware of my emotions. But
Mm,
then when there was like the financial stress, when I stopped seeing people, that's when I think everything hit me and I became aware of how actually sad I was. It's like crazy. I think growing up watching my mum and dad, I always think that a relationship should basically you start falling out of love. But with my
mm,
partner now, like I'm falling more and more in love with him every single day, which is just
yeah.
wild and yeah,
Yeah.
very magical.
Same with me, like, in my marriage, like, I've been married for a decade,
Wow.
and I've gone through the whole gamut of, like, thinking I was almost falling out of love, but I was falling out of love with myself, and
Yeah,
then
that's
I
what
was
it is.
unable to give love to others.
Like I actually I'm nice to myself now. Like when you remove the alcohol, there's that space where you're not
Yeah,
being like, oh my God, I hate yourself. What have you done now? Whereas
yeah,
now, like I always talk about a hype girl talk. So I literally just give myself a hype girl talk before this podcast, just saying, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. If I stop thinking about how I'm missing out on socializing, how I'm not going to make friends, how I'm not going to enjoy weddings, and like there was so many things I was terrified of.
yeah,
And when I start focusing on like all the amazing things, I started like, seeing my sobriety as actually a fun opportunity. Like it's actually an opportunity to go all in on
yeah,
self. We went out with him so many times and
yeah,
like I black out like every single night I used to drink. So like there's God knows what has happened. It's just
yeah.
yeah, it's pretty scary. And then the anxiety the next day because of the blackout. I'm sure blackouts make your anxiety the next day like 10 times worse because it is just the unknown.
Talk to me about Hangxiety. I've heard you talk about it. What did
Yeah,
that mean for you, and how did that look?
yeah, so anxiety is just yeah, anxiety on a hangover, but for me, it would feel like shortness of breath, like really
Yeah,
tight. It would just be really scared of thinking, "My God, what did I do? Who did I upset?" What did I say? I would want to hide for a day. I'd just be so embarrassed, like cringing. I'd always have to like check my social media. I'd always have to check my bank account because obviously I blacked out, and I'd have to try and well, not pretend. I'd have to basically be an FBI agent to work out where I've been, who I've been with. And with that,
Yeah.
I'd look at my Uber receipts. I'd look at my bank
Yeah, trace
statement.
it back through the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the amount of times I've lost things, like I remember borrowing my friend's shoes, and I don't know why I borrowed my friend's shoes. I had my own shoes, but the thing that I used to do is I loved to dress up. Like
Yeah.
I used to find people's work clothes, put work clothes on, or anything bright I'd put on. So I put on my friend's gorgeous new sliders. They were pink Kenzo sliders. And the next morning I woke up, obviously blacked out, and saying, "Girls, does anyone know where the other slider is?" And they were like, "Faye, you've recorded the whole night. Let's piece it together and see if we can
Right.
see." So we had a little look. We couldn't find the slider there. We got taxis everywhere to see if I could find it. Because these sliders are $300, which I had to replace. It was just, my drinking used to cost me an absolute
Yes.
fortune.
Yeah.
Buying phones, replacing phones here in
Yeah.
Australia. Just, oh God.
And for our friends that have got more control about their drinking, they can go back through that night and say, "Yeah, Faye, we went to this place, we went to that place, we left there because we didn't feel safe or whatever." And we as blackout drunks are like, "Fuck, I don't know where I was," or I didn't know that I almost got hit by a car or whatever it was as well.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
found that anxiety for me the next day just became so unbearable that
Mm.
I actually had to pick up a drink to dull my mind, to slow my mind down. I think that's like an ADHD thing as well, but particularly the next day, that anxiety was getting so bad that I like, when can I pick up my next drink? And it got earlier and earlier in the day for me.
Especially in Australia here, it was a massive thing for us then to drink the next day, for us to go out, and when we wake up, we would make mimosas because it was like breakfast, obviously orange
Yeah,
juice and
breakfast drink.
prosecco. Yeah, and so that was very normal. That just became normal. Like I wouldn't even. I never thought that was problematic. I just thought that was the norm. That's what me and the
Yeah.
girls did.
I hope that you enjoyed today's conversation as much as I enjoyed recording it. This podcast is an active service that my guests and I offer to spread a message of hope in recovery. If you could do me a favour and rate the podcast on your preferred platform, share it with a friend, or post it on your socials, it would mean the world to me. You can also reach out directly on Instagram at SlayingSoberPod. I love hearing from you. Your support keeps me inspired to bring you more stories of strength, sobriety, and hope. Have a great day.